How did we get here? Ontario are proposing new temporary agencies laws that would require for them to have a license. Watch this video. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. New subscribers, you are welcome to this family. Now, the Ontario government determined to pass a new law that would require agencies and recruiters to obtain license in order for them to operate. Yep, they have to obtain this new license. If not, they cannot operate as an agency moving forward. If passed, any temporary help agencies or any recruiter without a license could be penalized and face the highest fines, Ontario government says few days ago. And this is going to affect 2,200 at least employment agencies in Ontario. That's how much agencies you have in Ontario. So many agencies. Now, under the new proposed legislation, temporary agencies and recruiters would also be screened before they can be issued a license to operate. If they don't get this license, if they don't come together as a body, then they cannot operate as an employment agency. This employment agency moving forward would also require a letter of credit, like collaterals, that will be used to repay owned wages to workers for just in case this happens. Because this has been ongoing for the past decades. There's illicit activities by employment agencies ripping off millions of dollars off the backs of their workers. Yeah, that's what they just discovered. And they are investigating into this. How do this employer make millions of dollars every year from employees? You might want to ask that question. First, by not paying minimum wage. Minimum wage in Ontario now is about $14.25, if I'm right. Many employers are not paying that. They're being paid their workers less. But don't be surprised that these employers are still paying less than minimum wages to their workers. This is not right, and this is not fair. If you're watching this video and you're being paid minimum wage, please call Ontario Labour Board. Call them. Go on Google, type Ontario Labour Board. You'll get their number. Call them. They'll be more than happy to receive your comments. Share this video and leave your comments below. Point number 2, why these agencies are making millions of dollars off the back of their employees is that they do not pay holiday pay. You heard me right. Holiday pay, they are withholding back from their employers, keeping this money into their pockets. We have so many holidays in Canada here. As a Canadian citizens, or as a newcomers, or as a migrants, you're entitled to being paid these holiday pays. But you know what? Agencies put this money into their pockets by making millions and millions of dollars every year. The third point, why these agencies are making more money is that, and the most important point, is the overtime pay. I meant what I said. This is where they make their most millions for. I have been trapped into working for so many of these agencies, but they're not paying overtime. A typical example was when nurses in Ontario were doing so many hours, working in the nursing homes during the pandemic due to a lack of staff. They were working their butt off. They were working 16 hours, 18 hours every day for several months. They work tirelessly day in and night for these employment agencies to pay them just straight time hours. Meanwhile, these employment agencies are collecting overtime after 40 hours. They collect this money, put it into their pocket, and keep it for themselves. This is not right, and this must be dealt with. And it's about time. The government is looking into all and investigating all this stuff that have been going on with these agencies. Most employees that have been exploited, most employees, they are predominantly new and migrant workers. They're the vulnerable peoples, they're the young peoples, the women, they're newcomers. If you go check the record, 80% of employment workers are mostly immigrants who would settle for less or just for anything. Number 4, agencies were also collecting hiring fees, exorbitant hiring fees from workers. And examples are migrant workers coming from overseas. Even here in Canada, they ask you to pay certain fees before you get hired. Where are we? Now is the time to return stolen paychecks and illegal fees from these employment agencies the government just announced a few days ago. Furthermore, there are also bonuses like food allowance, accommodation, travel. These are all extra fees that are supposed to be paid to these workers. But guess what? Agencies are grabbing this money for themselves as well. It is time for them to pay back. And now is the time for everyone to speak up. Please leave your comment below. If you were supposed to be paid overtime and these agencies told you you are now entitled to overtime, leave your comment below. Leave your comment below. Share this video. It's time for us, Canadians, Ontarians, to speak up for this illicit act by these employment agencies. Agencies illegally pay below minimum wages. What is the consequences? They are depriving you. They are depriving me of our employment rights here in this country. As stated by the government a few days ago, that there has been a record that was discovered from these employment agencies that are owing $3.3 million that they were supposed to pay their workers. But guess what? Now it's the time. Their times are up. They will be investigated and they will have to pay that money back. It's about time we demand to pay. It's about time we demand these agencies to refund our money back. I hope they will be investigated and pay back whatever they owned to these people. Recently, after this announcement from the Ontario government, I heard rumors and emails circulating about how they were increasing so many workers' pay. Guys, did you just think these agencies woke up overnight to say they want to increase our rate of pay? Hell no. Why didn't they do that several months ago? Why didn't they do that during the pandemic? Why are they not suddenly increasing the pay? Because you know what? The government is discovering their tracks one after the other. And when they recover this money, they will have to pay back with interest. Trust me. I know the government ain't kidding with this new proposed law, with this new proposed legislation. You know, like they said, hey, your money is going to be up, blah, 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 blah. These are all balonies. They are coming up to do something. So it doesn't look like they never did anything. Why? To their employees, since they've been working for them. So please, don't be hyped by this little change, by this little increment, by these agencies who came up overnight suddenly to say they want to increase our hourly rate. You know what? They are gradually returning part of our stolen money. Part of your stolen money. It's our right. It's my right. We demand 100% back that money that is stole from us. They collect so much money from us, only to be paid just the peanuts, only to be paid just a little. What did we do wrong? Where did we go wrong? Great agency nurse of Ontarians. We do know our values. We do know our worth. Most companies will not be able to function without us. Go and find out. Go and do your own research. But what happens? These employment agencies are keeping back the money that is supposed to be paid to us. Our overtime, our holiday pay, and they're also keeping back minimum wages. Guess what? they are going to be tracked down. I hope everybody anywhere listening to this video, you will agree with me that employment agencies, most of them, 80% or 99% of them, they are crooks. They are withholding our money. They are not paying what we are due. We are the ones who work our butt off for these employment agencies. Most of them, they don't even have offices. Most of them, they don't even have workers in place. They save all this money and they come out to pay us just a little peanuts. But you know what? I am so happy that the government is going to be catching up and it's going to be exposing all these employment agencies very soon. This is it. Thanks guys for watching. Please do subscribe and push the notification button in case I upload video and you'll be the first to get it. I'll see you in my next video. Thanks and bye.